Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, a personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From fitness and nutrition to business and positive mindset work, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I'll be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface, because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. Go grab my Day by Design editable worksheet so that you guys have something to follow along and hit all of your daily goals, stay on track, push yourself to be even more successful, and easily get everything put together in one place. Go download it by joining my monthly newsletter for free at www.deannamerlinofit.com. Welcome back. Guys, you are more than halfway done with this Empowered Fitness Challenge. I am just so proud of you. You guys definitely have to be feeling amazing by now. And you have earned it, because I know you have been busting your butts. And I know that at this point, I am feeling really proud of myself as well. We're all in this together. And that is just such an incredible feeling to be part of such an amazing community. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. So last week, I talked about being a forever learner and always learning something new. It's been really fun seeing all of your guys' stuff on social media about the new things that you tried. And this week, I'm going to go ahead and talk about 5 things that you can do when you're feeling in a funk. Because guess what? We're human. So I know that I'm always talking about being positive and trying to be motivational and being peaceful and calm and forgiving and all the things. But I'm human too. I still experience all the emotions. I get frustrated. I get pissed. I get stressed out. I get overwhelmed. It's only natural. And it's okay for you to feel that way too. We just can't stay there. So I kind of want to just talk about a few ways that we can dig ourselves out of our self-pity hole, because we've all been in it. Motivation is fleeting. It is never going to be around 100% of the time, because just like all the other things I mentioned, it's really just a feeling, an emotion. It's not natural to always be riding a high. It's just not possible. So let's just jump into the first trick that I have for you guys. And that would be to reflect. When you are feeling a certain way, that means that something deeper is definitely going on. And that's all right. We just want to get to the root of it. So for me, I like to meditate and quiet my mind. One really great way that I do this is when I take a bath. I feel like the shower or just like the bathroom is my one place where it's like the only no. Like, don't come in there because I'm in the shower with my thoughts. I don't need to be needed for any reason right now. So sometimes I hide in the bathroom and just take a bath. Well, when I'm doing those things, I really just reflect on how I'm feeling, what's going on, because so you might be feeling lazy, which people aren't naturally lazy. You just want to dig a little deeper and know that you're probably feeling lazy because you're burnt out or you're overwhelmed. You put too much on your plate. Maybe it's grief for you guys with, the holiday season was just tough. That was definitely a grief period. I gave myself grace, and that's what you really want to get down to. Maybe it is the state of the world. Things are not pretty right now, and it's easy to get overwhelmed by that. And then when you get overwhelmed, you're just kind of like not wanting to do anything because you just want to sulk a little, not leave the couch, watch Netflix, maybe binge. But that is counterproductive to what we are trying to do. So just reflect, quiet your mind, do what it is that you feel you need to do. I actually have this fun it's like a self-care card deck. So I'll quiet my mind, pull what I feel called to, what feels right. And it'll literally tell me like, hey, you need a bath. Hey, you need a nutritious meal. You need more water, whatever it is. And I just listen to that and know that That's clearly what I need in the moment. And just do that too. Just quiet your mind and ask, reflect what's going on so that you can get the root of the problem and then move on. The second thing is research for motivation. So especially for my fellow business owners out there, or, people that are aspiring to start a business, whatever it may be, whatever job you're in, just start researching what other people are doing. For me, that is super motivational. When I look into people that I know are going to fill my cup and fill me up. Like, for example, I love to listen to Debbie Neal. I listen to her podcast religiously. She is like my motivation. When I need to be inspired by other people who are in the same industry, I look into what they're doing, maybe so I know how to present my social media better. So I know how they became successful because they're doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. And if they're in a better place than I am, then I want to do what they're doing, right? Because it actually worked. Whatever it may be, just start researching. Or a lot of times what I've been doing is searching for a new podcast in the field that I'm in. So say I'm talking about my fitness app, I look for, fitness podcasts, and just hearing what other successful people are doing is just like a boost, and it gets me back driven, on track, and wanting to do what they're doing because I don't want to be stuck in a hole. I do want to preface that by saying, don't use this time and research to get sucked into a comparison game and then end up feeling crappier than you already did in the first place. That is not what I'm telling you to do. Whether you need to set a time limit for yourself or what, just go in it with the intention, I am coming here to learn something so that I can rejuvenate myself, refire myself up, and use that to get back on track. Then the next thing that I would say is to get really good at creating boundaries. And this could look a lot of different ways. Maybe you really did just put too much on your plate for what you can handle at the moment with your time constraints or just your energetic ability to give right now. If you told someone that you would do something and they're relying on you to get it done, if you can't do it, just tell them, because you can probably get something reworked. Or if you can't, just know not to do it again. Saying no is so important in all the things. Like, I'm the type of person who doesn't like to pay for things as far as having someone else do it because I feel that I could do it myself. Or like I said in the last episode, love to learn. So I'm like, well, let me just, see if I can do it. That's setting you up for failure, and you're going to get drained. Like, it's sometimes the best thing that you can do is just hand it off to someone else. And kind of going back to that saying no, like literally start saying no to a lot of stuff, whether it's your friends or picking up an extra project, or even sometimes like in the leadership role, if you're being asked to do something to help other people, you can't always say yes. Or especially when I was heavy into volunteering, I'd say yes, no matter what, even if it did not fit my schedule. Start saying no. It's really empowering for one, but it also takes a lot off your plate. So that is like a huge advice, is just create boundaries with people, ask for help, pass off things that, someone else could do just as easily. Sometimes if it costs money, you have to look at it like the time/cost value and what's more worth it for you. Number 4, I'm going to say is play, which this one really sits with me big time because I don't do it enough, and I know that I need to. There's that saying that like all work and no play makes, I don't know, was his name Harry a dull boy, something like that. Do you just want to play more? Because we have so many responsibilities on our plate and so much stuff to get done and so many hats to wear, so many titles, mom, best friend, daughter, wife, I don't know, manager, all the things. That's exhausting. And while it is definitely something to be grateful for, you need to remember that life is also meant to be enjoyed. So you need to slow down. Like, this is a big one that I'm learning. I feel like we live in this culture of, like this whole hustle culture, work. I can't tell you how many podcasts I've listened to where they're like, yeah, I sleep 3 hours a night because I'll sleep when I'm dead and I need to work more. maybe that works for you. It most certainly doesn't work for me. That is just not healthy mentally or physically. You need to also make time for yourself and for the things that make you happy, because when you're happy and fulfilled, you will enjoy doing the things that you have to do and get to do a lot more than when you are just always working. You have nothing to look forward to. Also, I recently discovered that my human design is what is called a projector. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, that's definitely new for me. It's pretty much like astrology on steroids, I guess I would explain it. But it pretty much said that I'm a natural born leader, and also like my biggest downfall is that I don't play enough. And that like hit me right in the stomach, because I definitely don't. Like, I would be better at being productive and manifesting the things that I want in life if I just played a little more. Not saying just like sit on the couch and never work again, but do the work and then schedule in time to relax. I like for the longest time was hating on watching like Netflix or whatever, because I'm like, I should be working instead. I have slowly started changing that and just doing it in small doses. And now my favorite thing to do at the end of the day after I've gotten my work done is sitting down to enjoy a show, especially once my crying son goes to bed and I'm just in peace and I can pour myself a glass of wine. Like, that for me is my play at this point in my life. I'm really truly hoping that in this next year, my play will be traveling to somewhere like, I don't know, Costa Rica. That sounds great. That is my goal. That is on my list of things to do next year, is definitely to travel more. And then lastly is to just rest. Like I just mentioned, you can't run on no sleep long term. It's just not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. You are going to be miserable in the things that you're doing. Granted, I get that sometimes you have to, give up sleep for a little bit. Yeah, that's totally a thing. If you want to get everything done that you need to, it just, sometimes it feels like there's not enough hours in the day. So there is going to be that balance there. But overall, you should be sleeping no less than 6 hours a night, ideally 7 or 8. And total win if you're getting 9 hours, like, good for you. I don't know the last time I did that, but you need to. When you are rested and not miserable, you are able to give yourself so much more into things that you should be doing, need to be doing, and will then want to do because you're rested. You will have energy. You will feel great. I feel like one of the biggest reasons that we get into a funk is strictly because of burnout, which boils down to having too much on our plate and not resting enough. So whatever it is that you need, really quiet your mind and just make sure that you are just taking the time to relax. And I actually almost forgot number 5. I was going to cut you out of 5, which is where my challenge came from. I can't do that to you. I promise I won't. So the last thing is to change your routine. I know that we are creatures of habit, and it is, I think for me, a sense of control to do the same thing over and over, because we can't control the things that happen in our day. But for me, I'm like, okay, well, if I do this at this time and this at this time and eat this at this time because I want to do this, then I feel like I have a little bit control over my situation. But at the end of the day, we don't have control in anything. So that has been my lesson, is to just let things go and as they are. But when you are in a routine, it is easy to get stagnant and bored because you, again, have nothing different to look forward to. So your challenge for this week is to do something different than you normally would, whether that is taking a different way to work to see some new scenery. Maybe you'll be inspired by seeing something different. Or if you normally go to Starbucks and order I'm not even going to pretend I know I don't really drink coffee, but if you order something different, whether that's, if you're not a coffee drinker and you don't go to Starbucks, same thing for your lunch or your dinner. I know when I do go out, I order the same thing like every time because I know I won't be disappointed. Maybe it is a different type of workout or like a different type of workout class, something like that. Or if you're like me and sometimes you do business meetings or work out of coffee shops, go to a different coffee shop than you're comfortable with. You never know who you're going to meet, what's going to come up for you. This might bring a whole new stream of creativity. You might find something else that you love more than the thing that you thought that you couldn't love more. So I highly recommend that if you're going through it, come back to this as many times as you need to. And again, share with me this week what it is that you do different, because I cannot wait to see it. I will make sure that I share with you and we'll just make comparisons. I can't wait for this whole challenge to be over and all of these things to be integrated into you so that you're always doing these things, not because you were asked to, but because you want to. And it just is so much more fun to be sporadic and go with the flow and just have fun with life, because we think that we're in the driver's seat and we're just not. So let's just have fun with it. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I love you dearly. I can't wait to see you next time. Have the best rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.